Welcome to Acts Christian Church, where you're the head and not the tail.
The year of unusual favor.
Welcome to our Thursday night community engagement programs. As you know, I love just to get the community involved. There's so many things that are happening out there that we just don't know of. And this is the type of program that actually brings it to the forefront. Now, you'll be watching these programs. What I'd love you to do is to like and to share this, because you never know, by you sharing this, you're just enlightening somebody else. Now, as you can see, in our studio, I have got Natasha Sutherland. She's a young entrepreneur with promise, and I'm telling you, what we'll be talking about on this program is going to really, in a sense, really intrigue you. And she's going to explain every detail of this brand new business that she's going to talk about today. But before we do that, let's actually see her in action. I stumbled upon her on Saturday in the heart of Croydon, promoting her business. Watch this.
Yeah, I don't like to just leave the ends of my hair out, because when you do that, they tend to break off and then get very dry and brittle. You know, that's why I like to do things not only that I feel looks nice, but also that it's going to be helpful at the same time. You know? Yes. It's enclosed in that book. I know you can see. I might come from a sponsor occasion. Yes, yeah. And we give you a treatment plan. And then it's a 3-monthly checkup of the plan as well. So that you can make sure that you know, it's almost like where if you're accountable to somebody, that person can help you to make sure that yes, you're doing what you need to be doing. You know? Whereas if you come and left your own devices, you will go on. Yeah, you know, and knowing that you're going to have that 3-monthly checkup.
Well, I'm excited to bring before you Natasha Sutherland, who is a young entrepreneur doing tremendously well with her business. Now, the question I want to, how did the passion begin?
Wow, that is a really, really important question. But thank you so much for having me.
It's lovely to have you here.
And yeah, it all started like once upon a time. I actually went on holiday to America to see some relatives. Mm-hmm. And when I came back, I had a relaxer. And my mum wasn't too pleased, let's put it that way.
So you relaxed your hair?
Well, I didn't do it, an aunt of mine relaxed it. And for anybody who knows anything about relaxers, it's a chemically altering thing that actually happens to your hair. So it's not something that you can wash out with shampoo afterwards and it will revert back to your natural curl pattern. The hair is actually chemically changed permanently. Straightened, yeah, exactly. So I had a relaxer when I came back, and I was about 13 or 14, somewhere around that age. So my mum wasn't very happy. So it's almost like one of those things that, as I said, because the hair is chemically altered, you have to continue relaxing the hair every, say, 2 months or something like that, or you have to grow all of that relaxed hair out, which will take, you know, several years, depending on how long your hair is or was, until your natural curls start to come through again. So because my hair had gone through such a change in situation, we just continued to relax it. And this went on for many, many years. So I'd never actually had a relationship really that I can remember having with my natural hair until I became an adult, because I had that relaxer on, and every 2 months we used to just keep, you know, touching up.
The regrowth.
The regrowth, yeah.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. Yes.
Back in the day.
Yes.
But yeah, the regrowth.
Yeah.
You're saying that's not good?
No, the regrowth, yeah. So the regrowth is your natural hair texture coming through. So that's why I always say to people, when they say, oh, my hair doesn't grow, it's okay for you. You know, your hair's growing nicely, you've got long hair. Everybody's hair grows. if you've ever had a relaxer, you'll know that your hair grows because every 2 months or something like that, you have to touch up with the roots. So that is your natural hair. That's your hair, your new hair that's coming from your scalp, from your follicles. So that is an indication telling you that your hair is growing.
And so you're saying by relaxing the hair, does it damage the hair?
It does damage the hair, yeah. It changes the natural bonds in the hair. So because they've been changed permanently, so for example, if you wash your hair and your hair starts to coil up and then you were to leave your hair to dry, your hair would basically be drying in that kind of curled state. But the difference with that so that's a change of the natural state of the hair, but that's not the same as a relaxer, because the relaxer is changing it permanently.
Right.
So it's not like, okay, I'm going to go back into the shower, wash it out with some shampoo, and it's going to go back to how it was before. It's a complete chemically changed, altered position of the hair. So that's what happened to me. So the only ways to deal with those things is either to cut the hair off completely. So all the hair that's been, which is all your hair, cut it all off, and just restart. Yeah. So you could basically go from having hair to having hair to maybe like an inch, or maybe even less than that, just like that. Or you could grow the hair out for several months or years, and when you've got the length that you want, which is the new regrowth, when it gets the length that you're happy with, then you can cut the relaxed hair off at the ends, and then you'll be back to square one again.
So hence why we're here, and your organisation, what's the name of the company?
So this company is called Hair Today and Hair Tomorrow.
I love that. Hair Today and Hair Tomorrow.
Exactly.
Longevity.
Exactly, that's right. Not hair today and gone tomorrow. Hair today and hair tomorrow. And it's very important that we have hair today and hair tomorrow, because a lot of the practices that we're doing with our hair is actually not going to be encouraging hair tomorrow. So going back to what we were saying as well about how the passion started, because I had my hair relaxed for so many years, when it started getting towards the final year of me having my hair relaxed, every time, so basically, just to make it clear for those who've never had a relaxer, a relaxer chemical is, so you will be sitting down, somebody will apply, mix up a chemical solution, which is a relaxer, and put it all over your hair and your scalp. And I think it stays on for about 20 minutes or half an hour. I can't remember. It's been that long now, thank God.
It can burn you.
Yeah, it starts to give you a burning, tingling sensation. And then that's the time to rinse it out.
Right.
And then when you rinse it out, you're rinsing it out with water, and then there's a neutralizer that goes on your hair as well to basically stop the chemical from developing any further. And then you have other things that you use to wash the hair out after that. So every time I would go through that process of them rinsing out the relaxer, I started to feel as if my hair was going to actually rinse out down the drain with the relaxer. Those are the feelings I started to get towards the ending of my period of relaxing my hair. And I thought, this is very scary.
Did you see anything?
No, I didn't. But I just kept having this feeling that my hair was just going to wash away down the drain with the relaxer. And then I started to go for longer periods of time for the relaxer. So instead of it being 2 months, I would try to stretch out for maybe 4 months, 5 months. And then I'd say to myself, you know what? Yeah, I can see I've got a good amount of regrowth. I'm going to discontinue like this, and then I'm going to not bother with the relaxer. And then something would say, oh no, just relax it again. And then I'll do it, and then I'll, be back to the same situation. So I would say towards the latter part of my relaxer days, I was having these feelings that my hair was going to wash away down the drain. And then one day I said, you know what, I'm not going to do it anymore. I just decided no. I started to research, and I researched how bad, because I've got a degree in journalism, so I'm a qualified journalist.
Wonderful.
So I realised that there were lots of things in these chemical relaxers that were harmful to the human body. And as black women, we tend to use relaxers, or we tended to use relaxers a lot more many years ago, and we've got a much more higher rate of fibroids and uterine issues and things like that, more so than any other ethnicity. So I was starting to research more, and then I thought, oh my gosh, it's almost like I'd uncovered a wealth of information that I didn't know anything about.
So you're telling me that the relaxer also affect the body, not just the hair?
Exactly, yeah. Not just the hair, because what's actually happened is it's going onto your scalp, and your scalp is a part of your skin. You know, people don't look at it like that, but it actually is a part of your skin. And these chemicals are actually seeping underneath the skin, and they can get into your bloodstream. And that's why, you know, they say there's certain chemicals you're not supposed to touch with your hands, you know, your bare skin, because those can get into your blood supply and cause, you know, certain issues for you.
So where was the revelation then? After learning this and thinking, no, I've got to stop this, where did the turning point happen for you to bring you to where you are now?
Yeah.
You're now an entrepreneur, producing and promoting your own products.
Yeah, so that's a really great question as well. So how we actually got to this point of me producing these products and so forth is because I started doing seminars and workshops and events. I started to kind of like spread the word, let people realize that you're actually doing harmful things to your body by applying these relaxers and so forth.
Yeah.
So it was basically a way of educating people, empowering them,
Good.
giving them the knowledge that they needed so that they could then make decisions about their hair, knowing what the pros and cons are of these relaxers and chemicals, relaxers and other ingredients that are harmful in the hair products.
Yeah, they realise that, you know.
Yeah.
Well, those applied to applied to the scalp and the hair, wouldn't understand that it would be able to seep into the bloodstream and so forth. So that's an interesting point.
Most definitely, yes. And so I started to do these events and to really educate women and let them realise and make informed decisions about what they're going to be doing with their hair care and things like that. Because it's not really that, nobody really pays that much attention to it, because unfortunately it's something that is mainly in the black community. It's black women that do these things mainly to their hair. So, you know, certain things are not really looked into in this area.
So coming to that point in your life and thinking that this is harmful, do you offer any type of consultancy where you bring people in? I know you do seminars, but actually look at the hair and think what treatment would be the best for it. Do you offer?
Yes,
any
we do.
Okay.
Yes, we do. So we do consultations, one-to-one consultations and group consultations. So the one-to-one consultations are for individuals who have got an issue with their hair that they want addressing. So it may be that they're noticing that their hairline is missing. They may be noticing that they have got very dry hair. They've got a lot of breakage, various things that they may be noticing with their hair, or they may just have a hair goal, something that they've always wanted to have, for example, long hair or very soft hair or whatever that may be. So we do these one-to-one consultations where the individuals come to my office, they'll sit down, we'll discuss what their hair issues are and their goals, and depending on the package, because we do 3 packages. We do a Duchess package, which is like quite a basic package, then we do a Princess package and a Queen package.
Ooh.
So the Queen package is where we'll actually use a machine to go over their scalp and to show them on the screen, on the big screen, what their follicles are looking like, and explain to them what their options are in terms of their hair care goals.
Well, that's interesting. So a proper consultation, looking at the follicles in the head and making the decision. Now, look, you've got some wonderful products, and I think it'll be important that you walk us through. You brought some in today.
Yes.
I think the packaging is really, really special as well.
Oh,
it really does speak volumes. Could you walk us through what you've got?
No problem at all. So this here is our hairline and scalp restorer serum. So this serum is very good for anybody that's got traction alopecia. Traction alopecia is a condition where it's a form of alopecia, but it's a condition that has been manually caused by the individual. So it's not an autoimmune deficiency or anything like that. It's down to how you're styling your hair and the things that you're doing to your hair, which is causing your hairline to go.
Hairline.
Yeah, hairline.
That tends to go a lot, doesn't it, from it?
Exactly.
I don't know if it's because of the way we do our hair and pulling it back, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm sure loads of people, the hairlines. So you're saying that particular serum is very good for that?
It's very good for that. This is a restorer serum. So this has ingredients like Jamaican black castor oil, biotin, aloe vera, all the ingredients are here. We even use Ayurvedic herbs, which are Indian herbs, which are known to promote vitality in the hair, also to reduce any premature graying, any hair fall, any shedding. These ingredients in here actually nourish and stimulate the hair follicles and help to produce blood flow come into the scalp so that the hair can grow through quite freely.
And they sound pure natural.
Yes,
am I correct?
100% natural and very potent. So you need a very small amount, very concentrated. They're not filled up with fillers. Say, for example, you might buy a product and it will say that it's got extra virgin olive oil in there, for example. And when you look down at the list of ingredients, the extra virgin olive oil is like the last ingredient or second to last, which basically means there's not an awful lot of it in there. I mean, even in the relaxers, they say they have, you know, extra virgin olive oil, which is just, you know, ridiculous. So
they're minimal, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, it's a chemical relaxer. So if you bought, you know, a litre of bleach, would it matter to you if it said it had aloe vera in there or it had extra virgin olive oil in there? It's still bleach, isn't it, at the end of the day?
It's good to know these are natural.
Exactly.
People will gravitate more to something that's natural than filled with pure preservatives or chemical reactions.
Yeah.
So this is good.
Yeah.
What's this one?
Yeah, so this is our Hydrate Me Now. So our Hydrate Me Now is like a moisturising spray, a leave-in conditioner. This is something that you would apply to your hair just to keep it nice and moisturised. You would apply it before applying heavier oils because in this country, in the UK, it gets quite cold for the majority of the year. So this would be really lovely as well, paired with a heavier oil, like a butter or something like that afterwards, to lock in all that moisture into the hair.
What's in this?
Okay, so in the Hydrate Me Now, that's another thing as well. There's an ingredient in here called cetearyl alcohol. So somebody will read this and think, oh my gosh, alcohol in the hair? That is like, you know, if these are natural products, why would there be alcohol in there? But it's not the type of alcohol that most people would think of when they, you know, they read the word alcohol. There's different types of alcohols. You've got long chain fatty alcohols and short chains, but rather than getting into all the scientific versions of it, this alcohol that's in here is an alcohol which is there for the purposes of helping to soften the hair. It's not there to dry the hair, which is what a regular alcohol would be doing. And that's why it's very important as well for people to educate themselves on different ingredients so that when they buy a product, they can actually see, oh yeah, this is good for this and that's good for that, and be able to make better informed decisions rather than just asking someone to tell them, oh, what would be a good product for example, to make my hair soft, and someone says, oh yeah, just get this, and they don't actually have any knowledge as to why they should be using that particular product.
So you think in our culture we have a lot of dry scalp? Will that help to moisture? Is it moisturing the scalp or moisturing the hair?
Okay, so that's another thing as well. A lot of people think that products need to be used on the scalp. Your scalp has natural oils that it makes, which is called sebum, which everybody has that. And if your hair is more straight, like European type hair, that natural sebum is going to be able to flow through the lengths of the hair a lot more easier than someone who's got lots of tight coils and kinks at their roots. So it basically gets stuck. It doesn't get the full chance to go down the whole length of the hair. So these products are basically formulated to help you keep a level of moisture in your hair that you should naturally be getting from the sebum. So as your hair is not able to, because of the coils and the kinks, the sebum is not able to flow along the length of the hair as it would do a Caucasian hair, these products will actually help to do that for you. So this is a hydrating, moisturizing spray, like a leave-in spray. You can use that on a daily basis. We wouldn't recommend you put it on your scalp because your scalp's already got the natural oils from that.
Strictly for the hair?
Strictly for the hair, exactly.
Excellent. All right, I'll tell you what, we're just going to take a break at the moment. We'll come back. There's more goodies. We haven't even finished on this table. And I'm so proud, our own entrepreneur, talking about our hair. There's more questions I'm going to ask. So don't go anywhere because Natasha is going to fill you with knowledge. Just watch these commercials. We'll be back right after this.
This is the notices for Axe Christian Church for this week. Come as you are and feel the blessings of our Lord every Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Acts Christian Church, where we provide family worship and an uplifting sermon. Acts Christian Church services are at Falsham Hall, 2 Falsham Road, Thornton Heath, CR7 8LQ. You can also find us on all socials on Acts Christian Church. We look forward to seeing you this Sunday. Come as you are and feel the blessings of our Lord every Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Acts Christian Church, where we provide family worship and an uplifting sermon. Acts Christian Church services are at Falsham Hall, 2 Falsham Road, Thornton Heath, CR7 8LQ. You can also find us on all socials on Acts Christian Church.
Why not join the Gospel Train on Saturdays 7 till 10 on vibesfm.net. You'll hear great gospel music from Gospel Kid, the word from our Bishop Mark Nicholson, and the classic suite from Pastor Lloyd Anthony Hall. The Gospel Train, Saturdays at 7 till 10 a.m. on vibesfm.net.
Welcome back. Hasn't it been interesting having Natasha Sutherland talk to us about hair products, natural hair products, as a young entrepreneur? We're supporting this, and it's been interesting so forth. We're not finished. Don't go anywhere. We want to let you know where you can make contact with her. These products, what I love about them, they're natural. Guess what? She makes them herself. Natasha, I'm so proud of you. So we talked about the various products, the serum, the moisturizer, and the oils directly. But there was a bigger inspiration. You make these yourself.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, how did that come about for you to say, look, I'm now producing these products?
Okay, so going back to the events that we were doing. So once I decided, you know what, I'm not going to be doing this relaxing situation anymore. I'm out of this. I feel that I need to spread the word. I need to let people know that a lot of the ingredients that they're using in their hair are actually more of actually damaging their hair. Yeah. As much as it may say, oh, it's got, you know, olive oil in it, it might have coconut oil or whatever it might be, the amounts are very minimal,
small.
Exactly, compared to the bad ingredients which are bulking up the product. So it's no point, say for example, having 195 mils of something good or something bad, sorry, and then you've got 5 mils of something good. It's not enough, is it?
It's not balanced.
Yeah, it's not balanced at all. So when I was doing these events and the workshops, people were coming in the droves. People were thinking, you know what, my gosh, I didn't actually know this about the products. I didn't realise that these things were not good, those things were not good, and so forth. So they said, okay, Natasha, this is really great. You're telling us what to look out for, that we should avoid, things that we should be thinking about when we're buying products and so on and so on. But where do we get these products
from? Where do you get them from?
What do we actually use? Because we're going and we're not seeing anything that is ticking all the boxes that you're saying. We're not finding things that are actually going to be able to be useful to us or that we can use from the information that you're giving us.
So you couldn't even find what you're talking about in local shops?
So mainly they were in America. And you know, we've been going since 2013 was when we did our first event, 2013. So it's a good while. It's 10 years now.
Yeah.
So back in those days, it was very difficult in this country in terms of natural hair care products.
Yes.
You'd have to be very lucky and, you know, blessed if you had a friend or family that was going to America and could bring something back for you. You know, and a lot of them didn't actually ship to this country either. So it was definitely a market here. We definitely needed products that we could use that were available and accessible to us on a you know, in an easy enough basis and level. So
you tapped into that.
Yeah. So the people were saying to me, "Okay, we need products." I thought, "Ooh, need products? Like
they're looking to you, then products.
Exactly, and I thought to myself, this is not what I had in mind. I had in mind just to tell people about, you know, what they should be doing in terms of good decisions that they're making for their hair, and that these things that they're trying to advertise to us are, you know, are not good for us, and so on and so on. So then
It pushed you. It pushed you into production.
It pushed me into production, yeah. And also coupled with the fact that when I decided that I wasn't going to continue with the relaxer, I started to make my own bits and pieces. And I thought, oh my gosh, people were commenting and complimenting me.
You made your own bits and pieces.
Yeah, I did.
Meaning your own products.
Yeah.
From home.
From home, yeah. From my kitchen, yeah. I was making things for my own hair.
This is good.
So I'd basically been trialing the products on me without even knowing that these products would then be sold commercially to other people.
Natasha, can I ask this question?
Yes.
So all your natural hair?
It's all my natural hair, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's proof.
It's proof, yeah. And I mean, our natural hair is, you know, it likes to shrink a lot.
Yeah.
So you might look at someone's hair and think, oh, wow, you know, your hair reaches here. But then, you know, you pull it down and then it's, you know, way down in the back or whatever and so on. So, and not only that, I'm very much about health over length. Like, it's better that you have a short length. Yeah. It's better that you have a short TWA, which is an abbreviation for teeny weeny afro, but it's healthy and your hair is strong, your hair is moisturized, rather than you having hair all the way down to your toenails, like Rapunzel, and it's sort of split ends. You know, it's got no life to it. It's very...
it's interesting.
Yeah. You know, it's got lots of single strand knots, which are those little bumps that sometimes people find at the end of their hair. You know, definitely health over length, because you can cut your hair and know that it will grow back. So it's nice to know that your hair is in a healthy condition.
Okay, so let's move on to healthy condition.
Yeah.
Okay. The question: what is the most common reason for afro hair breakage?
Oh wow.
Because I mean, you know, often they go to the hairdresser, click. But what is it? What is the problem in that area of afro hair breakage? And does your products help in achieving less breakage?
Okay. So breakage is the #1 problem that we have with afro hair.
Wow.
Yeah. And the reason why is because, drum roll, wait for it, it's because our hair is naturally dry and we do not moisturize it enough. Our hair needs to be moisturized and hydrated.
Wow.
And not just once, you know, every month. Some people wash their hair once a month. Some people wash their hair once every 6 weeks. I mean, you know, your hair is already naturally dry, and then you're only going to introduce water to your hair every 4 weeks or 6 weeks is
because that
terrible.
that was the next question. How often do you trim or wash your hair?
Oh, look at that. Yeah. So in terms of the reason why the hair is dry is because the hair needs to be moisturized. It needs to have water introduced to the hair on a regular basis.
Water?
Yeah.
Not what our parents would call hair rubbing.
So for example, this product, the Hydrate Me Now, the first ingredient in this is water.
Okay.
Yeah. So for example, we've got something called the Ultimate Moisturizing Package. So let's just, So my brain's going a bit too quick here. So we've got this Hydrate Me Now. Say, for example, you had really bad dryness in your hair, and your hair was breaking off left, right and center. You would apply the Hydrate Me Now, so you'd spray this over your hair first. After you've applied the Hydrate Me Now, so this is basically the moisture that you're introducing into your hair, which is the Hydrate Me Now. After that,
you don't massage it in, or just
you can just spray it in and then just use your hands, depending on the hairstyle. Because say, for example, if you've got your hair in braids, you're gonna spray it kind of, you know, you're not gonna really be able to really get your hands in there the way you would do if the hair was like loose, like mine at the moment. So you would apply that first. Second product you would apply would be the Nubian Love. Now this is one of our top bestsellers, this Nubian Love.
Nubian Love.
This Nubian Love is so good because it actually softens the hair, and it also helps to make the hair smooth. And if somebody's got their hair in braids, they can actually spray it into the roots and the scalp of their hair. It will make sure that their hair is a lot more softer when they go to take the braids out. Also, if they're wearing weaves and things like that.
And that's also natural, is it?
This is all natural, yes, exactly. So we've got ingredients like macadamia oil in here. We've got safflower, grapeseed oil, avocado oil.
Beautiful.
Absolutely amazing. This product is, you know...
What's the aroma like?
Amazing. Have a smell, yeah. Tell me what you think for yourself. You can unscrew it.
Yeah, let me smell.
Yeah.
Because it's so... Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is very nice.
And it's very subtle.
Very much.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering.
No.
And it's got a lovely aroma.
Exactly. And it's very concentrated, so you only need a very small amount. So you would just apply this to your hair after you've applied the Hydrate Me Now. So what this is basically going to do is it's going to be adding a level of softness to your hair, helping it to be detangled as well, and a nice layer of smoothness. So that's why you would use that after as Nubian Love. And then the last ingredient I would recommend would be either the Smooth Sensation, which is a hair butter, which would be equivalent of your heavy greases that you would regularly use, but a natural version. So with ingredients such as shea butter, ingredients like apricot oil, sweet almond oil, those type of things, compared to petroleum oils, mineral oils, those type of oils which just clog up your follicles, clog up your scalp, and don't actually nourish your hair and moisturize it from the inside out. It's just literally sits on it like a hat. And that's why when you apply those type of oils to your hair and you sit down and you move off, everybody can see where you were sitting because there's a big grease ball. So when you use these type of oils and butters, they actually penetrate deep into the actual cortex of the hair so that you don't have, all that grease and no goodness.
This is for family, husband, wife, children.
And grandchildren.
Yeah,
exactly, definitely.
It's not just a woman's product.
No. A lot of men love this on their beards. They love it on their beards. They love this on their beards. The smell of the product is very... It's not overbearing or overpowering at all, and the small smell that is there will dissipate in time anyway, so it's not like something that's going to be lingering there. So men use it for their beards. You can use it on babies, you can use it on children, adults. It's ideal for locks as well, braids, curly hair, coily hair. You
always talk about drying the hair, and we like to use the hairdryer.
Oh, the hairdryer.
Yes. What's a better way to dry the hair than to maybe put it under that intense heat? Can any of these support to dry the hair?
Okay, so when it comes to drying the hair, air drying is always the more healthier and safest way to dry the hair.
Really?
Which is basically to wash your hair, condition your hair, and then style it and just leave it to dry by itself. So that's the healthiest way to dry hair. And if you're living in a cold climate, like the UK, for example, depending as well on the porosity of your hair, which is how well your hair absorbs water and how long it takes for the water to evaporate from your hair, it could depend on how long it's going to take for your hair to dry. So sometimes you're not really going to have several hours to sit down and allow your hair to air dry. You'll need to go out, and if the weather's cold outside, you're not going to want to go out with wet hair. So hair drying is not something that's bad for the hair. This Nubian Love, we do actually have ingredients in here which are good for protecting the hair from heat. So when you're blow drying your hair, you're not going to have it on the highest setting and where the heat is going to be very, very high. You're going to have it at a setting where it's drying your hair, but it's not actually drying it out. And your hair is getting protected from heat damage from the oils and the ingredients inside this particular product.
This seems to be a real big seller.
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah. Our two biggest sellers are definitely the Nubian Love and the Hair Restorer Serum. Those are the two main ones. Like those just, they get zapped up so quickly all the time.
Just on we need to come back to these products as we're winding down, but sometimes they always say that the black hair is sometimes unprofessional. And I never understood that term. Sometimes you could be professional with all the qualifications, and just because you turn up with locks or turn up with braids, I don't think you're qualified for this job because of your appearance.
It's funny that you say that. We've actually done seminars on this particular matter, which detailed the kind of like the way that black hair has been. In fact, it's about the history of black hair. If we know the history of black hair, how a lot of people have come to have like a dislike for black hair, not really loving their natural hair. Sometimes even as a young child, things they may have heard about black hair. Oh, your hair is too tough, why can't your hair be
Nappy
like
hair
da, da,
and
da,
all
da,
that.
and all these negative things that's been said over the hair. As soon as that child gets to 13 or 12 and they go in secondary school and they can do the hair themselves, they're thinking, you know what, I don't want to be, I want to go for a relaxer, I want to put on a weave or something where I don't have to hear people saying those negative things about my hair. And sometimes, you know, even the way the hair is being managed, sitting down, your hair, if you don't, you know, move your head in a particular position, you're having the comb conked in, you know, the top of your head, all these kind of things. It kind of like makes you think as you're getting older, you know what, I don't really want it. Yeah, I want to have something where I can have my hair just like Becky, it's flowing, I can just get up and go and so on and so on. So it's, so we do discuss that when we talk about the history of black hair and how we've come to kind of like have this type of, I wouldn't say hatred, but not have that love and affection that we should really have for our hair.
That's a good word, having a love and affection
Yeah.
for our hair that God gave us.
Exactly, that's right. And because after slavery and things like that, especially like in America, where when slavery was abolished and black people then had the opportunity to then work and be treated the same as their white counterparts, they were finding that they wanted to look more like them so that they could be accepted more like them, because the hair is something,
straight hair in the...
Exactly, and the hair is something that they, probably because they didn't really have the knowledge of how to look after it properly as well. And let's face it as well, pre-slavery, because our history starts way before slavery, but pre-slavery times, when black people would get their hair done in the villages and the different places in Africa, there would be somebody who would be assigned to that particular family to do their hair. Their hair was looked upon in a very, very high regard. It's the closest thing to God. It's the top of their head. It's like an aerial, so to speak. The hairstyle denoted if the person was in mourning, if the person was looking to get married, if the person was in a particular family.
True.
Hair was very, very important.
I believe you.
And that's why when we had the slave trade, one of the first things they did was they cut their hair off, because that was also a way of communicating. So the hair was cut off, and people ended up using things like, you know, pigs, lard and, you know, different bits and pieces to try and oil keep their hair oiled, because there wasn't any shea butter afterwards, there wasn't any cocoa butter, there wasn't any coconut, all these oils that they would have been used to back in Africa. When they moved to the, you know, the New World, these things were not available to them, and if they were working, so there was no way that they could be using
there's a
them
bit of
either.
history, and I love that. So although you produce the product, sell the product, consultation, you also make sure there's history behind the product as well. I think at this moment in time, it's just brilliant. But I want you to tell us, where can we find your business? Where can we indulge, especially in this Nubian love, and how we can apply these products? Because there may be somebody watching our program who can identify with every single thing you've said and cannot find the right one, and sick and tired maybe of relaxing. How can they find you that they can enjoy the products? And I love this. I pray God gives you a lovely big factory, man. You ship these out, man. I tell you, seeing your face on billboards out there. Why not? You're the head, not the tail.
That's right.
But tell them, how can they make contact with Hair Today and Hair Tomorrow that they can enjoy your products?
Okay, so you can head over to our website, which is www.hairtodayandhairtomorrow.co.uk. So that's hair as in H-A-I-R, not H-E-R-E. So hair as in hair on your head. Hair Today and A-N-D, hairtomorrow.co.uk. And you'll be able to view all of our range of products there. You'll be able to read up about them, our restorers, our Hydrate Me Now, Nubian Love, Caress My Ends, which is another lovely butter, which is for people who've got more denser, heavier, thicker coils. So this would be very, very good for those types of individuals. And then we've got the Smooth Sensation, which is very good if you've got slightly lighter hair, more finer textured hair, not so heavy and not so dense. So you'll be able to see all these products on there, a lot more. We do shampoos, conditioners, we do hair teas, which are not teas that you drink, but teas that you spray into your roots and your actual hair. And what that actually does is helps to revitalize your hair. It helps to reduce any premature shedding, premature graying. It helps to stimulate the follicles. It helps to make sure that the scalp is clean as well, so that any bits and pieces that are on there that shouldn't be are actually come away. And there's such a wealth of information that you can actually find on the website. We also endeavour for every single person out there to unveil the true you. So unveiling the true you is basically meaning that you get rid of that facade. You know, get rid of all the weaves and the wigs that people are holding onto as crutches. If you're just using them for just a change of a style, that's up to you. But if you feel that you cannot be seen out in the street unless you've got a wig or a weave on, if you feel that your husband hasn't seen your natural hair and you've been with him for how many years, or even if you've just got married to him and he's never seen your natural hair, your children have never seen your natural hair, you know, really think about that. There is something that's fundamentally not right there. You know, your natural hair is a part of you. You're the only person that is going to have that particular curl type, that particular curl shape. If two people buy the same wig from the shop and they're back to back, nobody's going to know who's who from the back of you won't know, because you both got the same colour wig, the same length wig, and so on. But when it's your own natural hair that is coming straight from your scalp, that is, you know, part of you, that's not something that you should shy away from. That's not something that you should feel ashamed of, or feel that you're not going to be good in the workplace because your hair looks different to anybody else's. That's part of you. And the more that we stand up and we actually acknowledge and embrace our natural hair, the more people are going to actually respect and embrace our hair too. If we see it as a problem, other people will see it as a problem. If we look at it as unprofessional, other people will look at it as unprofessional. Your skin colour is not unprofessional. Your hair is different, your skin is different. But it doesn't make you any less of a person, doesn't make you any better of a person to anybody else. It just means that that's your individual way that God has made you, and that is the way that needs to be expressed to people, and people need to respect you.
I love that.
And you respect yourself too.
I love that. You see, you're doing the product, but at the end of the day, you are also producing the real individual to love themselves.
Exactly. Unveil the true you. See what the true you is underneath the wigs and the weaves and things like that.
It's not that you're anti those things.
No, if people want to wear these things for a change of style, that's not a problem. But if you're living in that 365 days of the year, and then you've got the cheek to tell me it's a protective style, the only thing you're protecting is my eyes from that hair. I'm sorry. You know, that is not a protective style. Nothing is protecting your hair if you're in it 24/7, 365 days for the year.
I love it.
Yeah, there's something under there that you're hiding and that needs to be resolved. You can come to have a one-to-one workshop with me or consultation in my office, and we can get to the root of the problem.
What the root of the
root of the problem, yeah.
You're passionate. You know what I also like as we close the session, your family are very much supportive. You know,
Most
they
definitely.
can't see now, they're in the studio with us. Very supportive, and believe that they've tapped into something that's really going to open doors for yourself, the family, and also others will benefit. And I think at this point, I just want to say to you, congratulations, well done. I'm always excited when I see entrepreneurs like yourself believing in what they're doing, pushing against the odds. And at the end of the day, I always say, perseverance, you shall succeed.
Most definitely.
Can I pray with you
Yes,
before we
please.
finish?
Yes, please.
Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this beautiful company here today and here tomorrow. We thank you for Natasha and her drive and her passion. We ask you right now, Lord, that you will open doors for her. We ask you right now that the products that she will produce, people will begin to glean towards it and run towards it and use this, and will be so pleased because it's just changed an element of their lives. We ask you, right, bless her as she goes out and talk to people. Bless her as she comes in and she's resting. Give her inspiration, give her new ideas, and even the family support behind her. We pray that that will just grow strong. Father, we thank you for this wonderful idea, this vision, this passion, and we pray that it will cause an effect that everyone that comes in contact with it will have a life-changing experience. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
you felt blessed by being here. And viewers, please tap into it. Go to the website, make contact, and let your life be changed. Well, thank you for joining us on this program. And remember, you are the head and not the tail. Thanks, Natasha.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Welcome to Here Today and Here Tomorrow. So I'm going to show you where our office is. These are the services we provide: Here Today and Here Tomorrow, hair care products, accessories, seminars, workshops, talks at private parties and guest speaking at private events, adult and children hair care consultations with specialist advice on hairline loss, breakage, thinning hair, greys, traction alopecia, how to grow longer hair, transition into natural hair, patches, dry and brittle hair, flaky and itchy scalp, post-hair loss from medical treatment, and all of your general hair care needs. So this is where it all takes place. So here you'll have your one-to-one consultation. We have 3 packages. We have a Duchess package, we have a Princess package and a Queen package. We also do packages for children and we do group packages too. So if you're interested in finding out more about your hair, how you can actually improve it, if you've got any goals that you'd like to reach with your hair, maybe your hair's dry, maybe it's thinning, maybe it's breaking, whatever the issue is and you need some help and assistance, you've come to the right place. Please bear in mind as well that we also have a range of products for you to choose from. Various things ranging from hair teas, which will help to strengthen your hair, make sure that your follicles are getting all the nourishment that they need for your hair to be able to grow out freely and strongly and stronger. Also, we've got butters, we've got a smooth sensation, caress my ends, deep conditioners, hairline and restorer serums for anyone who's got any hairline issues, hairlines going, thinning, various concerns. Our Nubian Love, which is a hair softening spray, hydrate me now, cleanse me gently, slip and slide, the list goes on and on. These are the products that we have here and we have so much more. So now you know where we are, please feel free to book an appointment, come and have your hair care consultation with us and we will definitely assist you and walk with you on this journey. So, thanks for stopping by, hope to see you again soon. Bye.